Summer blockbuster season is kicking off, and Disney looks set to dominate Memorial Day weekend with its highly anticipated live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch, following its disastrous spring release of Snow White. Snow White's controversies weighed it down, but negative reviews only snowballed into a major box office flop for Disney. However, this is hardly representative of the financial state of Disney's entire live-action remake line, when they have seen some major box office hits in this regard, and look set to bounce back with Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch has the benefit of a summer release date, as well as being fundamentally different from the princess classics that Disney has been frequently re-releasing in the last few years. Despite typically ranking below Disney's biggest animated titles, Lilo and Stitch's heartwarming quirkiness is somewhat underrated, but its prominent placement this Memorial Day is likely to make it a huge success. Things might have looked bleak for Disney's upcoming live-action remakes after Snow White, but Lilo and Stitch is easily going to surpass it. After just over a month in theaters, at the time of writing, with just a few sparse showings still happening, Snow White has grossed $195 million worldwide, against a budget of $209 million, via Box Office Mojo. When it is generally agreed that a movie needs to make more than twice its budget to break even, not even crossing this threshold represents a massive loss. Snow White saw a domestic opening weekend gross of $42 million, while Lilo and Stitch is currently projected to make more than $100 million on its first weekend, via Deadline. Things could still go south, as Snow White initially saw higher projections, but other factors will likely work in its favor. If Lilo and Stitch's current projections hold, it is going to make roughly half of Snow White's overall gross in just the first weekend, with additional revenue coming in from overseas. With generally more positive press surrounding the movie and the summertime spirit ramping up, families will hopefully be drawn to movie theaters throughout the week and the following weekend. If parents get something that is simply better than Snow White, Lilo and Stitch could easily beat out its predecessor in less than a week. This could potentially pique people's interest once more, shedding light on the circumstances that led to Snow White's disastrous journey. With a budget of approximately $150 million, a more favorable release date, and increased positive anticipation, Lilo and Stitch presents a more manageable challenge. It will be wacky, and it will be fun when Snow White sees some misfires when it comes to what were intended to be serious storylines. Whatever the reason, it looks like Lilo and Stitch will see the summer season off to a good start.